Hello, fans, and welcome to This Day in Baseball, where we're going to bring you a full radio broadcast of today's game. And before we do that, I just want to thank Classic Baseball Radio, and there's a link in the notes where you can check out their full channel. They have many great radio broadcasts. And while you're listening to today's game, if you want to check out much more about the game and the players, look on the links below, and you're going to see links to player pages, the date the game happened, the year it happened, and the play-by-play. Enjoy the game, and check out the links while you're watching the game, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that every time new content comes out, you're going to get that firsthand. And thank you again for checking out This Day in Baseball, and enjoy the game.
The Mets, beat the Mets, step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kitty, bring your wife, guaranteed to have the time of your life, because the Mets are really on the ball, knocking those home runs over the wall. Inside, where the side, everybody's coming down.
This is Bob Murphy with Ralph Kiner and Lindsey Nelson. Game 1 in the National League Championship Series. The New York Mets and the Cincinnati Reds. It will be Tom Seaver against Jack Billingham. Right now, here's one of your favorite Mets.
I'm Jerry Kuzman of the Mets. This broadcast comes to you through the courtesy of WHN Store Radio and is authorized under radio rights granted by the New York Mets solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the description and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the New York Mets is prohibited.
Beautiful day for a ball game. The sky is partly cloudy. The temperature about 70. We'll be back with the starting lineups in just 1 minute.
Make your customer feel like you're doing him a favor, and you've lost him.
Jim Pios, a McDonald's manager.
We serve people fast, serve them food that's hot and fresh, and we serve them with a smile.
You and your family deserve a break at McDonald's. And things like better service are what that break is all about.
In other restaurants, the more you smile, the bigger the tip. We don't take tips here, but we smile anyway.
Hi, gals. This is John Bowman. And starting this Monday on my show, you'll have a chance to win some cash with a high-low game. We'll have a cash jackpot, and if you guess what it is, it's yours. But you could go too high.
Too high?
Or maybe you'll guess too low. Well, maybe you'll be lucky enough to hit it right on the button. Anyway, it should be a lot of fun. Tune me in Monday, 10 to 3. I'll be looking for you.
14. Is on the mound, getting ready to go for the lineups and the batting orders. Here's Ralph Kiner. All right, Bob Murphy, and for the Mets, Wayne Garrett will lead off. He'll be a third. Batting second, the second baseman, Felix Millan. Batting third, playing right field, Rusty Staub. Batting fourth, the first baseman, John Milner. Batting fifth, playing left field, Cleon Jones. Batting sixth, the catcher, Jerry Grody. Batting seventh, playing center field, Don Hahn. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Bud Harrelson, and Tom Seaver, the pitcher, batting ninth. For the Reds, Pete Rose will lead off. He'll be in left. Batting second baseman, Joe Morgan. Batting third, playing third, Dan Dreesen. Batting fourth and playing first base, Tony Perez. Batting fifth, the catcher, Johnny Bench. Batting sixth, playing right field, Ken Giffrey. Batting seventh and center fielder, Cesar Geronimo. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Darrell Cheney, and the pitcher, Jack Billingham, batting ninth. And now for the play-by-play, Bob Murphy. All right, Ralph, Wayne Garrett stepping in. Here's the first pitch of the day and a fastball. Strike one ball. Floor goes up. They are expecting a standing room crowd of 56,000 fans. In comes the pitch by Billingham. Breaking ball inside and low. 1 ball and 1 strike to Wayne Garrett. On the year, Wayne hitting at .256, Down the stretch in September, he hit .323. And a sinker taken low, a sinking fastball, 2 balls and a strike. Over the regular season, the Reds won 8 of 12 games from New York. Perhaps more significant to the Mets, they won 4 of the last 7. And a ground ball hit hard. It hits the first base bag, bounds into right field. A base hit for Wayne Garrett. Hard ground smash. Tony Perez was in front of the ball waiting. It hit the first base cushion. Took a high bounce in the air, came down in very short right field. Garrett is on with a single to right. It brings up Felix Millan. They're in the 9th inning at Baltimore. The Orioles lead the Oakland A's 6-0. Jim Palmer, pitching a brilliant ball game, had struck out 12 in 7 innings. Now Felix Millan is the hitter, batted .290 during the regular season, and had 185 base hits. 19-game winner Jack Billingham delivers, bunted by Millan up the first base line. The play goes to first base, Perez to Morgan, and Millan does his job, moving Garrett over to second base. Now the hitter, Rusty Staub. Rusty hit safely in his last 15 regular season ball games. And in September, batted .307 and knocked 16 runs in. As the Mets came roaring down the stretch, winning 20 of their last 28 ball games. Billingham, during the regular year, won 19, lost only 10. Led the league in shutouts, he had 7. Breaking ball inside and low, it is ball 1. The matchup today, Billingham and Seaver. Both boasting records of 19 and 10. During the regular season, Billingham beat the Mets twice without a loss, including a 2-1 victory over Tom Seaver. Fastball outside to Rusty Staub. 2 balls and no strikes. For Cincinnati in the infield, Tony Perez at first. Joe Morgan playing second, Darrell Cheney at short, and Dan Dreesen is at third. Pete Rose in left, Cesar Geronimo in center, and rookie Ken Griffey is around at right. The catcher, Johnny Bench. Ball a strike. 2-1 to Rusty Staub. Rusty led the club in RBIs. He drove 76 runs home. Beautiful day in the Queen City of Cincinnati, Ohio. Johnny Bench providing the target, time asked for by Rusty Staub. Garrett is on second, 1 man away. We are just underway. Tomorrow's game, Don Gullett pitches for Cincinnati. John Matlack for New York will be on the air at 4 p.m. Following the game, the 2 teams head for New York. Now the pitch. Curve outside, ball 3. Billingham goes 3-1 on Staub. Now both of the right-handers in today's game are really outstanding pitchers. They rarely hurt themselves by walking batters. 3-1 delivery. Ball 4. The sinking fastball is low. Rusty Staub goes down to first base, and it brings up John Milner. The month of September was not a good month for John Milner. He was in a batting slump. Milner only 4 hits in his last 42 times at bat. During the regular season, John hit .239, 23 home runs, 72 runs batted in. Billingham, a sinker ball pitcher, has his sign from bench, delivers. And a drive hit hard up the middle, a base hit by John Milner. Around third, being held up is Garrett. And the throw will have gotten him had he not been held up. Beautiful decision by Eddie Yost. Geronimo probably has the best throwing arm of any outfielder in baseball. That includes people like Cesar Cedeno. He uncorked the throw from center field that you had to see to believe. A bullet right to Johnny Bench. But Eddie Yost gave Garrett the sign to hold up. The bases are loaded with 1 out. And Pedro Borbon gets up in the bullpen for the Cincinnati Reds. Milner hitting the first pitch, a line single into center field. Now Garrett is on third, Staub on second, Milner on first, and the batter is Cleon Jones. Cleon finished very strong, wound up hitting .260 for the year. In his last 10 games, he had 6 home runs, 14 RBIs. And the pitch, inside, ball 1. Pedro Borbon has gone to work in the Cincinnati bullpen. The Mets have a big threat right here in the first inning. The base is loaded and 1 man away. Batter is Cleon Jones facing the right-hander Jack Billingham. The infield looks for 2. The pitch. Fastball, a strike. He worked the outside corner to Cleon Jones. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck, Jerry Grody, and then center fielder Don Hahn. Garrett opened the game with a single against the first base bag. He was sacrificed. Now the pitch. Swing at a miss. Breaking ball by Billingham. And the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cleon Jones. Billingham in need of a strikeout here or a double play ball. The Mets have the bases loaded with 1 man away. Probably any other center fielder in the league, and Garrett would have tried to score, but you don't run on Geronimo. In the dirt, blocked by Johnny Bench. He keeps the ball in front of him. And the count 2-2 on Cleon Jones. Billingham pulling down hard at his curveball, trying to fan Cleon Jones. Larry Shepard, the pitching coach of the Reds, is going to make a trip to the mound. Johnny Bench will join Larry Shepard. And now they talk with Jack Billingham. Wayne Garrett hit a hard ground ball leading off the game. It hit the first base cushion, bounced into right field for a hit. Millan bunted him over. Then Staub walked. Lined a single into center field, a very hard line drive. And third base coach Eddie Yost held up Wayne Garrett, and very wisely, Geronimo, the center fielder, pegged a perfect strike home. Now Larry Shepard is on his way back to the Cincinnati dugout. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cleon Jones. Garrett on third, Staub on second, Milner on first. The pitch, ground ball to shortstop, might be a double play. Morgan throws on to first, double play. The Reds escape a jam. Billingham inducing Jones to hit a ground ball right to Darrell Cheney. And the Reds, the best defensive team in the National League this season, turn the double play. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. Middle of the first, the Mets nothing, the Reds come to bat.
This exclusive Belmont race recreation is presented by the Schenectady Off-Track Betting Commission, home of Ola Bet.
The horses are in the starting gate for the 4th race from Belmont Park. And they're off. That's Mid-J out on top. Ward McAllister second. Top of the ladder is third. It's Crested Butte fourth. Frankie Adams is fifth, and Pia's Ace is sixth. Rounding out the field is Flipsow seventh, Rough March, and DC Cat. Well, the first turn, that's Crested Butte with the lead. Top of the ladder second. Ward McAllister is third. Frankie Adams fourth. Flipsow is starting to move. Along the back stretch, that's Ward McAllister, followed by Crested Butte and top of the ladder third. Frankie Adams fourth, then it's Flip Sal and Pia's ace. Around the final turn, Ward McAllister has the lead. Then it's Frankie Adams and Flip Sal third. Crested Butte is fourth. Under the wire, Flip Sal into the winner. Frankie Adams second and Ward McAllister third. The results are unofficial.
Schenectady OTB, where you're always a winner. Horse racing excitement is as close as the 3 OTB locations. 127 Wall Street, 2627 Broadway, and 1700 State Street, Schenectady. Or place your bet from anywhere with a telephone account. Place your Belmont Thoroughbred bet at OTB. Schenectady OTB. You can bet on it.
Ladies and gentlemen, results of the 4th race from Belmont Park are now official. The winner, OTB letter I, Flip Sal, pays $960, $480, and $320. OTB letter E, the place horse, Frankie Adams pays $9.20 and $4.20. OTB letter C, Ward McAllister pays $2.60. Your attention, please. The exact combination of letters I and E pays $70 even. Time of the fourth race, 1 minute 10 and 3/5 seconds.
This Belmont Race Recreation, a service of the Schenectady Off-Track Betting Commission.
And from the Cincinnati club record for home runs by second baseman, he clouded 26. Drove in 82 runs, and he stole 67 bases. They say to beat Cincinnati, you have to keep Rose and Morgan off the bases. A difficult thing to do. And the pitch is inside, ball one. Dan Dreesen is the on-deck hitter. Dreesen, the rookie. Seaver delivers a fastball high, 2 balls and no strikes. Billingham getting out of a big jam in the top of the first inning. Mets had the bases loaded, 1 down. Tom Seaver siding in, the 2-0 delivery. In there, a call strike. It's 2-1 on Joe Morgan. Two-one delivery and a high infield pop-up on the left side of the diamond. Garrett, fighting the sun, has the glove in front of his face and makes the catch. This time in fair territory. 2 men away. We'll bring up Dan Dreesen. Dreesen had only 1 hit against Met pitching this year and 23 times at bat, and that 1 hit was a big one. Led to a comeback Cincinnati victory. Left-hand hitter bats out of a crouch, fastball, call, strike 1. Beautiful day for the game. Very difficult angle of the sun for the left fielder right now. The right fielder is in the shade. And a ground ball on the right side of the diamond, fielded by Felix Millan to Milner, and the Reds are out. A strong 1-2-3 inning for Tom Seaver. At the end of 1 inning here at Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati, the New York Mets nothing, the Cincinnati Reds nothing.
Introducing Boston Spa National Bank's free personal checking account service. Write as many checks as you want without a service charge while maintaining an average monthly balance of $400 or more. And if you prefer to maintain a lower monthly average balance, Boston Spa National's new personal checking account plan permits you to write as many checks as you want for a fixed monthly charge based on your average balance. No minimum balance required, no charge for deposits, no charge if account is not used. You get an initial supply of personalized checks free. You'll get a statement every month, and you can enjoy unlimited use of your account at no charge just by keeping an average balance of $400 or more in your account. And you may want to take advantage of Boston Spa National's computerized automatic payment service to build your savings account or make your mortgage payments or any installment loan payment. Even your Christmas Club payments can be automatic. Pick up a folder at your nearest office of Boston Spa National Bank for full details. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
14WABY.
In the second inning, Jerry Grody leads off against Jack Billingham. Billingham's lifetime record against New York, 5 wins and 2 losses. 6'4" right-hander. He developed into real stardom during the World Series against Oakland last year. Here's the pitch on the way, a swing and a miss at a curveball. Over the last 7 weeks of the campaign, Grody's batting average was an even .300. Now the tall right-hander's pitch to Grody. Breaking ball, low outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. With his sign from Johnny Bench, the 1-1 delivery. Fastball a little bit wide. 2 balls and a strike. Eddie Yost coaching third. Roy McMillan coaching first. Delivery. High and away, ball 3. The count goes to 3-1 on Jerry Grody. Don Hahn is the on-deck batter. One pitch by Billingham, and a high fly hit the center field. Geronimo, with an easy play, is standing under it, makes the catch. Now Don Hahn will be coming up. The month of September, Yogi Berra platooned Don Hahn and Dave Schneck in center field. However, Schneck did not join the ball club until after Labor Day. Thus, he was not eligible for the playoffs. George Theodore has been activated. Mays has been taking batting practice and is available for pinch hitting. Foul ball coming straight back, strike 1. Willie looked good in batting practice today. Ripped a couple. Beautiful sight here in Cincinnati with the big, beautiful new stadium just jam-packed. And the pitch by Billingham, a curve at the knees, a strike. Billingham with a 2-strike advantage on Don Hahn. The last series between these two clubs was in New York, a 4-game series. Each team won 2. One game went 16 innings. And the pitch on the way, low outside. In that particular ball game, Billingham started against Seaver. Billingham went out of the game in the 8th inning. Seaver pitched 12 innings before he left. The Reds finally won the game in the 16th. Curve in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Don Hahn. In the middle of the summer, the Mets played a twilight doubleheader at Riverfront Stadium. And the pitch. Fastball, strike 3. Hahn caught looking. Played a twilight doubleheader at Riverfront Stadium. The first game started at 5:30. Billingham and Seaver were the pitchers. The game took only an hour and 37 minutes. The Reds won it 2-1 on a home run by Joe Morgan. Buddy Harrelson is the batter. Buddy hit safely in 14 of his last 16 ball games. Buddy finishing the regular season with a batting average of .258. Outs and nobody on. Top of the second, no score. The pitch to Harrelson. In the dirt. Bounds away from Johnny Bench. 1 ball and no strikes. The Mets and the Reds play here at Riverfront Stadium today and tomorrow. They then move to New York for the next 3, if necessary, all afternoon games at Shea Stadium. All will start at 2 o'clock. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Reserved and box seat strips are available. The advance sale window is open at Shea Stadium. The 1-0 delivery missed inside to Buddy Harrelson. 2 balls and no strikes. The senior umpire of the 6 men in blue, Ed Sudol. So Sudol starts it off behind the plate. Low and inside, ball 3. Billingham behind Harrelson, 3-0. The umpire at first base is Ed Vargo. Chris Belacutis at second. Bob Engel at third. On the left field line, Bruce Fromming. On the right field line, Jerry Dale. The 3-0 pitch, 4, and Bud draws a walk on 4 pitches. The second walk by Jack Billingham. The hitter will be Tom Seaver. Tom led the Met pitchers in base hits over the regular season. He had 15. A batting average of 161. Billingham working from the stretch. Delivers to Seaver, outside and low. 1 ball and no strikes. New York loaded the bases against Billingham in the first inning. However, Billingham induced Jones to hit into a 6-4-3 double play. Now the pitch to Seaver, and a strike called on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. defeated Oakland on a brilliant 5-hit shutout by Jim Palmer, winning 6-0. Swing and a foul ball off the plate. Coming back, it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Baltimore Orioles have now won 10 consecutive championship series games. They have never lost a game in the championship series. Seaver waiting the 1-2 pitch, and it's lined toward the gap in left center field. It's going to be a base hit. It's going all the way back to the wall. Harrelson is being waved around third. He will score, and the Mets lead 1-0 on a double by Tom Seaver. A long double up the power alley in left center field. Buddy Harrelson, who runs like the wind, scored easily without a play. And the Mets take the early lead 1-0. For Tom Seaver, his 3rd double of the year, and his 6th run batted in. It was a well-hit drive, placed between Pete Rose and Cesar Geronimo. Now Wayne Garrett is the batter. He singled to right in the 1st inning. And a ground ball hit slowly down the first baseline. Tony Perez with it, runs to the bag, makes the play unassisted, and the side retires. For New York, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. In the middle of the 2nd, the New York Mets 1, the Cincinnati Reds nothing.
Big, little, or small, Hickey Ford and Imports has them all. If this is the year you plan to buy a smaller car, remember, Hickey has a lot of little ones. In the Ford family, the Maverick, Mustang, and Pinto. In the Imports, Hickey has Fiats, Saabs, MGs, Volvos, and now Hondas, to name a few. Chances are 7-1 you'll find the little one you want for less at Hickey Ford and Hickey Imports. Route 7, Hoosick Road, Troy.
Attention skiers, the Ski Market announces its first annual Columbus Day $1 million worth of name brand ski equipment drastically reduced. K2's last year's model, regularly $135, now only $99.50. Rossignol skis values up to $160, now $69.88. Goostown Parkers, regularly $60, prices slash to $34.88. Brand new Tyrolia bindings, regularly $32.50, now only $19.88. And many, many more super savings at the Ski Market. 600 Troy Schenectady Road, Latham, open Monday through Friday, 10 till 10. Saturday till 6. Use your Bank Americard or MasterCharge. The Ski Market.
Tom Seaver throwing in his warm-up. Seaver doubled home Bud Harrelson to give New York a 1-0 lead. Tony Perez, the first baseman, leads off the home second. Perez winding up another outstanding season. 27 home runs. He drove in 101 runs, batted .314. In each of the last 7 seasons, Tony Perez has knocked in 90 runs or more. 4 times now, the right-hand slugger has had 100 or more runs batted in. Tony Perez. The windup by Seaver. Here's the pitch. It's over at the knees. Strike 1 call. Johnny Bench on deck, and then the right fielder, Ken Griffey. In comes the pitch to Tony Perez, and a foul wafted out of play to the right, into the crowd, and the count is strike 2. The Mets and the Reds both have an outstanding right-handed pitcher, and in their pitching rotation, they work 3 gifted left-handers. Ground ball hit slowly. Garrett to his left cuts it off. Cuts himself, throws in time, and Perez is out, 1 man away. Johnny Bench. 25 home runs, 104. Batted .253 during the regular season. Magnificent ball player. Let's play the infield deep against Johnny Bench and around to left. Seaver into his windup, the pitch. Foul back toward the New York dugout. High hop and up into the crowd. Board Chairman Don Grant and Mrs. Grant are here. Mrs. Payson could not be here, but her daughter we're happy to see is here. Bob Sheffing and his wife. And the pitch on the way. Fastball, a strike on the outside corner. Oh, he popped that one. Seaver really let it out on that pitch, and the count is strike 2 to John Bench. The two-strike delivery. Lined hard toward the gap and right center. A base hit for Johnny Bench. On, running the ball down. Bench on his way to second. Throw coming in. Too late to double. Hitting a two-strike pitch. A good fastball by Seaver on the outside corner. Bench went right with it and lined the ball hard up the gap in right center. Now coming up the hit will be Ken Griffey, the right fielder. Griffey batting .384 in 25 games with Cincinnati. He was recalled from Indianapolis August the 25th. He was the Rookie of the Year in the American Association, batting .327, and he stole 41 bases. He is a left-hand hitter. Now Millan darts in quickly to keep Bench close at second. Seaver, up in pitching position, delivers. And he's hit by a pitch ball. Just barely grazed the leg of Ken Griffey. And he goes to first base, hit by a pitch. Cesar Geronimo comes up with 2 men on. Geronimo, a left-hand hitter, batted .210 during the regular season. Slender left-hand hitter with great speed and a fantastic throwing arm. Now Seaver working under pressure. Checks the runners at first and second, delivers. Inside, ball 1. Lead 1-0. Cincinnati batting in the second. Darrell Cheney, the shortstop, on deck. Swing and a miss at a fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. With 1 away, Bench double to right center. And Ken Griffey was grazed with a pitch by Tom Seaver on the pants leg. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Seaver throwing smoke. And the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Geronimo. Now Seaver reading his information from Grody. Kicks the leg, around comes the arm. He struck him out. Seaver with a fastball, panning Geronimo. 2 men away. It brings up Darrell Cheney. That's Seaver's first strikeout. Darrell Cheney on the year hit .181. Cheney batting left against Tom Seaver, and the pitch on the way is swung on and missed, strike 1. Johnny Bench on second, Ken Griffey on last of the second. The outfield set up straight away. Down comes the pitch, a swing and a miss, strike 2. Seaver going with his fastball. Jack Billingham is the on-deck batter. New York 1 run on 3 hits. Cincinnati no runs on 1 hit. And the pitch by Seaver. He struck him out. Seaver on 3 pitches fans Darrell Cheney. He took Geronimo and Cheney out of there on 7 pitches. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. At the end of 2 at Riverfront Stadium, the Mets 1 and the Reds nothing.
Saving things are people things, helping people. That's what saving things are all about, all about.
If
a high return on your savings is important to you, save at Cahol Savings Bank. 5.47% annual yield on day in to day out and regular savings accounts at the new rate of 5.25% anticipated. Compounded daily and paid quarterly as of July 1st. Increased rates on new savings certificates when held to maturity can give you an effective annual yield of up to 7.35% on 4-year certificates at the new high rate of 7% a year guaranteed. Premature withdrawals are subject to substantial penalties as required by regulatory authorities. Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation.
14 WABY.
Hi, everyone. It's a sensational day here in Cincinnati, and capacity crowd to watch the first game of this 3 out of 5 playoff series with the Cincinnati Reds. For the Mets, Felix Meehan will be batting as the leadoff batter here. Third, he sacrificed in the first inning. With 290 for an average for this season, set a club record for base hits of 185, batted 37 runs across, and had 3 home runs. The first pitch by Billingham called the ball. Mets have had 1 run on 3 base hits. The Reds no runs on 1. There's a ground ball hit to second base. Morgan backs up on it, drops it, picks it up, throws to first in time. Playing on the very fast artificial surface here at Riverfront Stadium, and so ground balls with any kind of velocity at all, getting to the infielders in a hurry. Now Rusty Staub, the batter. He walked in a 3-1 pitch his first time up. Rusty batted in his last 15 games safely. In the month of September, he batted .307 with 16 runs batted in. A curveball by Billingham is outside the ball. Now the tall right-hander into the windup. The pitch back is hit to deep left center field. Way back, going back is Geronimo. Coming over is Rose, and Geronimo and back of Rose makes the catch in the warning track. Geronimo, the center fielder, tracking that ball down deep in left center field for the out. Now with 2 men out, it brings up John Milner. With runners at first and second in the first inning, John Milner singled hard to center field. The ball hit so hard that Wayne Garrett, who was on second, could not score. He had to be held up. Mets in the first inning had the bases loaded with 1 out and could not score. First pitch to Milner is a curveball for a strike. And the right-hander back. The pitch is low and inside. In fact, he goes on by bench back to the screen back of home plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. During the season, Billingham walked only 95 batters and 293 innings. In this ball game, he has to Milner a breaking ball, a called strike 2. Billingham with a record of 19-10, 2 wins and no losses against the Mets. Next pitch, a fastball. It is just high, 2-2 the count. Milner led the club in home runs with 23. That is a Met record for a left-hand batter. Drove in 72, batted .239 for the year. Here's the pitch back. It's grounded foul. A breaking ball. Ball fouled off on the first base side. So the count holds at 2 balls, 2 strikes. This is Milner's first championship series. The Mets have 11 who have played in a championship series back in '69 against Atlanta. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's low and inside. A fastball and a full count now to Milner. On deck batter, Cleon Jones. Signs are out. Here's the windup and pitch. And it's swung on and grounded foul. Milner just getting the top part of the ball to ground straight down. The count holds at 3 balls and 2 strikes. For the season, the Reds drew 2,017,601. Their last day, they had 50,776. There's a pitch way high. It's ball 4, his 3rd walk. And Milner is on first base for Cleon Jones. Cleon grounded into a double play his first time up. Hit the ball hard, but right at the shortstop, Darrell Cheney. In September, the last 10 games of the season, Cleon Jones had 6 home runs and 14 runs batted in. Finished with an average of 260, 11 home runs, 48 runs batted in. Now the pitch to Jones, it's just low and possibly outside. It's ball 1. Reds play Jones shaded toward right center field. Not as a ball hitter. Billingham, and the pitch is over the outside corner. It's 1-1. Mets drew 1,912,390 at Shea. There's a curveball that swung on and grounded foul off the end of the bat. So the count 1-2 against Cleon Jones. All-time attendance record set in the major leagues this year of over 30 million. 1-2 the count. Billingham back to Jones, and the curveball is swung on and missed, and Billingham gets his second strikeout. Every tire's the side. No runs and no hits. A walk and a man left, and the score at the end of 2.5 innings, the Mets won, the Reds nothing.
This exclusive Belmont race recreation is presented by the Schenectady Off-Track Betting Commission, home of Ola Bet.
The horses are in the starting gate for the 5th race from Belmont Park. And they're off. That's Worthing out on top. Lightning Lucy is second. North Broadway is third. And it's a Glimmer fourth. Flying Fur is fifth, and Captive Baby is sixth. Around the first turn, that's a Glimmer with the lead. Worthing second, Flying Fur third. Lightning Lucy's fourth. North Broadway now starting to move along the round. Along the backstretch, that's a Glimmer, followed by Worthing and Flying Fur third. Lightning Lucy is fourth. Then it's North Broadway and Captive Baby. Around the final turn, that's a Glimmer with the lead. Then it's Worthing. Lightning Lucy third. Flying Fur fourth. North Broadway continues to challenge. And under the wire, it's North Broadway in to be the winner. Lightning Lucy second and Captive Baby third. The results are unofficial.
Schenectady OTB. 3 locations. 127 Wall Street, 1700 State Street, and 2627 Broadway, Schenectady. Or place your bet from any location with a telephone account. Open a Phonobat account in person or by mail. Phone 370-5151 for your Phonobat applications to be mailed to your home or place of business. Visit Schenectady OTB or use Phonobat. You're always a winner with Schenectady OTB.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the results of the 5th race from Belmont Park are now official. The winner, OTB letter C, North Broadway, pays $620, $340, and $280. Letter A, Lightning Lucy, pays $440 and $320. And OTB letter F, Kathy Baby, pays $3 even. Time of the 5th race, 1 minute 40 and 3/5 seconds.
This of the Schenectady Off-Track Betting Commission.
Billy has struck out. That's 3 in a row for Tom Seaver. Struck out Geronimo and Cheney to end the second inning. Now has Billingham as he starts off here in the bottom half of the third. Brings up Pete Rose. He fouled out the third his first time up. Rose led the National League in hitting with a .338 average. Set a club record in base hits with .230. He has won 3 batting titles. Batting left-handed against Seaver. Here's the pitch. Hit in the air out to shallow left field. Harrelson back, Jones up. Jones is under it, and he makes the play. 2 men away, it brings up Joe Morgan. Morgan popped up the third his first time up. Morgan hit .290 for the year, 26 home runs, a new club record for a second baseman. 82 runs batted in. He scored 116 runs. He also had 67 stolen bases. He is one of the men that make the big red machine go. Left-hand batter, you have to play him deep. Has good power. Here's the pitch. Seaver with a breaking ball over for a called strike. Wayne Garrett, the third baseman, in tight, about 85 feet away to guard against a possible bunt. The pitch back is inside. Seaver took something off that pitch. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Mets leading 1-0. 2 men out, bottom half of the third. Seaver not working with his usual speed. Now goes into the windup. The pitch back. Bounces in the dirt. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Ball bouncing back away from the catcher, Jerry Grody. Seaver worked 290 innings this year. Gave up 219 hits, walked 64, led the league in strikeouts with 251. There's a pitch hit in the air to right field. Shallow right, moving up is Rusty Staub. He is under the ball. And he makes the catch in the side, retired in order. And the score at the end of 3, the Mets 1, the Reds nothing.
Mr. John E. Kelly of Topsfield, Massachusetts, recently traded his 1971 Subaru for a new 1973 Subaru four-door sedan. As Mr. Kelly told us,
I'm a salesman and I drive for a living. When I first drove a Subaru back in 1971, I was sold on the front-wheel drive. In 2 years, I drove over 91,000 miles, and I spent less than $20 for normal maintenance. So I naturally bought a second Subaru. No other car can touch them for economy and dependability. Not at 30 miles per gallon. It's a lot of car for very little money. Everything else I'd want, like the radio and the deluxe interior, is included. The Subaru is a great car.
Every day, more people trade for a Subaru with a quadrizontal engine. Test drive one yourself and see why.
Your new Subaru dealer in Capital Land is Fred Carl's New Salem Garage. That's right. The area's oldest and largest Saab dealer now stocks a complete line of Subaru to give you a better selection of quality economy cars. Fred Carl's New Salem Garage, Route 85, New Salem.
14 WABY.
We're going to the top of the 4th inning. The Mets leading by a score of 1-0, and for the Mets, Jerry Grody will lead off. Jerry on a 3-1 fastball, flied out to center field his first time up. Jack Billingham pitching for the Reds. The first pitch is low and outside the ball. Grody from August 3rd on batted over 300 to raise his average up to a finishing 256. Pitch back is a fastball outside. 2 balls, no strike. Jerry Grody, Don Hahn, and Bud Harrelson for the Mets as their first 3 batters here in the 4th inning. Now Billingham into the windup. The 2-0 pitch to Grody. It is low and outside, ball 3. Crowd here a little edgy now, but Billingham behind 3-0. He has walked 3, given up 3 hits. The Mets have had 6 base runners. Here's the pitch. It is over, a called strike, 3-1. Against the Mets this year, Billingham had a 1.08 earned run average. Overall, he had a 3.04 ERA while winning 19, losing 10. Fastball grounded slowly out toward shortstop, fielded by Darrell Cheney to throw to first base for the out. So Grody twice on 3-1 pitches has made out. That brings up Don Hahn. Hahn was struck out, got caught looking at a fastball in the second. Hahn batted .229 over the season. There's a line shot to right field, but right in front of the ball is Ken Griffey, and he makes the catch. That ball hit hard, but right at Griffey. So 2 men away, and Bud Harrelson the batter. Bud walked on 4 pitches his first time up and scored on Tom Seaver's double, the only run of the game. Harrelson batted .258 for the season. Hit safely in 14 of his last 16 ball games. Mets won 9 of their last 11, 13 of their last 17, 19 of their last 24, and 24 of their last 33. And the first pitch to Harrelson, it's outside the ball. In the month of September, the Mets won 19 and lost 8. And also 1 win in October, the one that gave them the Eastern Division Championship. The pitch back to Harrelson, the call strike. The Reds also came from behind on July 1st They were in third place, 11 games back of the Dodgers, who were leading. 1-1 pitch, grounded out to second base. Morgan moves up, takes the bounce, and throws to first base for the out. 1-2-3 inning for the first time for Jack Billingham. And the score at the end of 3.5 innings, the Mets won, the Reds nothing.
We've only just begun to live. So many roads to choose.
Sure, we're a savings bank where your money always earns the top rate. But Troy Savings Bank is more, so much more. We're a place for mortgages and traveler's checks, financial advice or student loans, 10-cent money orders and property improvement loans, and, well, a whole number of things, like our Family Guide to Financial Security booklet. Stop by or call for your free copy. Savings is where we start, but we keep helping you as you grow any way we can. You've got a long way to go. We'd like to help you get there. Troy Savings Bank. Member Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation.
Today you get your money back. For the games that are not played. We're going to the bottom of the fourth inning. The Mets leading 1-0, and for the Reds, the leadoff batter will be Dan Dreesen, who grounded out to second his first time up. It'll be Dan Dreesen, Tony Perez, and Johnny Bench for Tom Seaver here in the fourth. Dreesen batted .301 for the year. Left-hand batter, good speed. Garrett shortens up at third to guard against a bunt. The first pitch by Seaver, a breaking ball for a ball. Seaver into the windup, the 1-0 pitch. It is hit down into shallow left field. Coming up is Jones, a long run for him, and he can't get it. Harrelson tries to get it, it bounces away, and Dreesen goes in with a Texas League double. A pop-up down near the left field line. Harrelson going back, could not reach it. Jones coming in, could not reach it, and Harrelson continued his run out to field the ball in left field. And Dreesen at second base is a tying run with no one out in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Now the batter coming up is Tony Perez. He grounded out to third his first time up. Perez batted .314 for the year with 27 home runs, 101 runs batted in. The first pitch. Fastball over the outside corner, a called strike. Reds now have had 2 hits. They both have been doubled. One by Bench and one by Dreesen. Seaver sets up, checks at second. The pitch back to Perez. A fastball, a swing and a miss, strike 2. Again, Seaver back over the outside part of the plate. Again from the set position. And his pitch. Fastball is hit out to right field. Staub is moving up. He is there. It's shallow. Staub makes the catch, and Dreesen, who had tagged up, holds at second base. So 1 away. And the batter coming up, Johnny Bench, who doubled into right center field in the second. For the year, Bench batted .253, had 25 home runs, 104 runs batted in. Bench stepping up in the batter's box. Dreesen being the runner at second base. And Seaver's first pitch. Fastball, a hard swing and a miss. Strike 1. Coming to the bag at second, and Dreesen quickly back to the bag. Seaver now In contact with the pitching rubber, and here's the pitch. Fastball, a swing and a miss, strike two. That pitch might have been out of the strike zone. Again, Johnny Bench with a vicious swing. Two-strike count. Seaver reading the signs, now has them. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, I missed, and Seaver on 3 fastballs has sent Bench back to the bench. 4 strikeout for Tom Seaver, and now 2 men away, and the batter coming up is Ken Griffey. He was hit by a pitch ball his first time up. Griffey batted .384 and got off to a fantastic start. His first week in the major leagues, he had 9 hits and 20 times up. He was brought up in the middle of the season, a left-hand batter. Seaver hit him on the leg with a curveball his first time up. Now Tom sets. Here's the pitch. Fastball over the inside corner, a called strike. Mets lead him 1-0. The Reds with a runner at second base, 2 men away as they bat in the bottom of the 4th. Now Seaver ready, and the pitch back is inside. Again, the fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Seaver walking off the pitching mound, off to an area back of the mound, rubbing the ball up. Now comes back on top, makes contact with the rubber, looks in for the sign, has it, gets set. Here's the pitch. Curveball, it's high. That's a hard curveball. It misses. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now again, Seaver sets up. Checks there at second base. The pitch back to the plate. Fastball swung on and missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right now, the sun has disappeared behind the overcast, so the hitting condition is better. Again, Seaver ready. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, and Seaver, after the leadoff double by Dreesen, has retired Perez, Bench, and Griffey, and the side retired without scoring. 1 base hit, 1 man left at second, and the score at the end of 4. The Mets won, the Reds nothing.
Don't sign your name till you see Bumstead. Bumstead Chevrolet.
It's 1974 at Bumstead of Troy, and the Dealmakers' New Year's celebration is in full swing with the most spectacular lineup of new Chevrolets ever. That celebration is spelled S-E-L-L, and that's what the Bumstead Dealmakers are doing. It's time to trade up to a new 74 Chevy, and the Dealmakers will make you an offer you can't refuse. See him now. Happy New Year from Bumstead.
Don't sign your name until you see Bumstead Chevrolet.
2 city blocks in downtown Troy, 5th Avenue to 7th Avenue on Congress Street.
Sports come alive this weekend on Wavy 14.
Starting with the National League Baseball Playoffs.
On Sunday, the Jets beat Miami at 12:30, followed by more baseball playoffs between the Mets and the Reds.
On Tuesday night, the New York Knicks start their 1973-74 season at 7:30 p.m.
Hear year-round sports on Wavy 14.
14 WABY.
Now the 5th inning at Riverfront Stadium. New York leading Cincinnati 1-0. Tom Seaver will bat for the second. Seaver lined a double to deep left center, scoring Bud Harrelson with the only run of the ball game. So Tom will be hitting for the second time, followed by Wayne Garrett and then Felix Millan. New York 1 run on 3 hits, no errors. Cincinnati no runs, 2 hits, no errors. Billingham worked through a 1-2-3 inning in the 4th. His first easy inning. Mets loaded the bases with 1 out in the first inning. Jones hit the ball hard, but right at the shortstop and into a double play. Complete sellout, a standing room crowd at Riverfront Stadium. Games 1 and 2 in Cincinnati, 3, 4, and 5 in New York. Now the pitch to Tom Seaver, outside, ball 1. Jack Billingham, tall right-hander who has real good stuff. The 1-0 and a call strike, 1-1. Billingham led the National League in shutouts with 7 this year. Dave Roberts of the Astros had 6. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss on a curveball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Tom Seaver. 2 left-handers tomorrow, John Matlack and Don Gullett. The 1-2 delivery, bounce foul. Gullett has won his last 9 decisions. The last time he lost the National League ball game, he lost to the New York Mets back in very early July. The 1-2 pitch, and a swing and a miss, strike 3. Seaver fanned by Billingham. Billingham posting his 3rd strikeout. So Billingham settling now, has retired 5 in a row, and it brings up leadoff batter Wayne Garrett. Wayne singled in the 1st inning, bounced out to Tony Perez in the 2nd inning. During the regular season, the leading hitter against Cincinnati pitching for the New York Mets was Rusty Staub. Billingham cranking up. Fastball inside of the knees, 1 ball and no strikes. Dan Dreesen playing in close at 3rd against Wayne Garrett. And a smack hit the second base, 1 hopper grabbed by Joe Morgan. He throws to Perez in time for the out. Hard, low hip drive taken on the first hop by Morgan. So Garrett hit the ball hard without getting anything for it. It brings up Felix Millan. Felix sacrificed moving Garrett over in the 1st inning and was thrown out by Joe Morgan in the 3rd inning. Felix Millan batted .290 during the regular season. Set a new Mets club record for total hits with 185. 3 more than the previous record set by Tommy Agee. A little bit high, 1 ball and no strikes to Felix Millan. Now Billingham winds, around comes the arm, and the strike on the outside corner is fastball, 1-1. Eddie Yost talking it up on the coaching lines at 3rd, Roy McMillan coaching 1st. The 1-1 delivery. Low outside, 2-1 to Felix. Rusty Staub batting 3rd in the order, waiting on deck. Staub hit a long fly ball to deep left center his last time up. It was finally run down by Cesar Geronimo. The 2-1 delivery. High fly ball hit fairly deep to left. Pete Rose drifting back. He's under it, taps the glove, makes the catch. The Mets are out 1, 2, 3 in the 5th inning. In the middle of the 5th inning, the New York Mets 1 and the Cincinnati Reds nothing.
Hello, this is William Tell. It's not hard to shoot an apple off your son's head. Just get a good night's sleep before you drive. Get the fresh air mattress made of latex foam. It has thousands of vents that breathe in cool, fresh air every time you move. So you get a cooler, more comfortable night's sleep. Get the fresh air mattress and wake up refreshed and ready to do crazy things.
Yes, the Fresh Air mattress, made by Troy Mattress Company, is designed to give you a good night's sleep and sold factory direct to give you a good buy on your new bed. Genuine B.F. Goodrich real latex foam rubber, luxuriously quilted in a beautiful cover fabric. Matching box spring designed especially as the companion foundation. Twin size set only $170. $10 more for the full-size 2-piece set. Comparable savings on super sizes. Available at all 4 Troy Mattress Company sleep shops in the Capital District.
14 WABY.
now, we pause for station identification. This is the New York Mets Baseball Network.
In the Capital District, this is the home of the New York Mets. WABY Albany, the home of the New York Jets. Tomorrow afternoon at 12:30, and New York Nets basketball begins Tuesday night.
Bob Murphy with Lindsey Nelson and Ralph Kiner. The bottom third of the Cincinnati batting order. Geronimo facing Tom Seaver at a curve. Strike called on the inside corner. Geronimo was struck out by Seaver in the second. Tom has had to pitch out of 2 jams in the first 4 innings. And the pitch to Geronimo. Lined hard. Base hit for right field. Tom grabs the ball, plays it back in. Geronimo has opened up with a base hit. Clean line single into right. And the batter coming up is Darrell Cheney, the shortstop. On the year, Darrell Cheney hit 181. He took over when Dave Concepcion suffered a broken ankle. Concepcion is back with the Reds in uniform and working out, but still hobbled. And the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Sparky Anderson had Cheney swinging away with the pitcher, Billingham, scheduled up next. Garrett plays in close at third just in case, and Seaver lobs the ball over. The Cincinnati Reds stole more bases than any team in the National League this year. They stole 148. The pitch on the way. Fastball, a strike on the inside corner. Tom Seaver with a 2-strike count on Darrell Cheney. Joe Morgan led Cincinnati in stealing bases with 67. Lou Brock of the Cardinals wound up winning the crown again by stealing 70. Seaver up in pitching position. Delivers to the plate. Strike 3. Fastball at the letter. Number 6 for Tom Seaver. The hitter coming up is Jack Billingham. Billingham was struck out in the 3rd inning. The base hits are now even in the ball game, each team with 3. Tom Seaver doubled home Bud Harrelson with the game's only run in the top of the 2nd. Billingham hoping to get his revenge. Billingham, a right-hand hitter. Here's the pitch on the way. He turns to bunt. The pitch is high, ball 1. Pete Rose, the on-deck batter, so now Sparky will have Billingham try and bunt Geronimo over. Wayne Garrett is in close at third. Milner holding against the runner, then coming up the line. Now the pitch. Fastball, a strike. He squared the bunt, did not offer. 1 ball and 1 strike. Alex Gramus coaching third. George Scherger at first. The 1-1 delivery. Bunted on and missed. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Billingham. Now will Sparky have Billingham try and bunt the 3rd strike? He might very well do it, figuring that Billingham might strike out if he swings away. And he wants to try and get Geronimo over to second for Pete Rose. So Tom Seaver comes into the set position. Delivers, and he bunts the ball, and it's a fair ball. A good bunt by Milner. The play goes to first in time, and they move the runner along. Billingham, bunting the 3rd strike, did the job. Pete Rose comes up with a tying run on second. During the season, Rose batted in 64 runs, a lot of RBIs for a leadoff hitter. Won the batting title by hitting 338. Set an all-time Cincinnati record by collecting 230 hits. Set an all-time record for most singles by a switch hitter and most base hits in a season by a switch hitter. Rose hitting left-handed has fouled out to third and flied to left. And the pitch on the way. Fastball Inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Joe Morgan waiting on deck. The Mets 1, the Reds nothing. Last of the 5th inning in Game 1. The pitch by Seaver. Foul back into the crowd. 1 ball, 1 strike. Beautiful crowd in the big, beautiful new stadium in Cincinnati, right on the riverfront. Pete Rose out of the batter's box for a moment. Now resets himself. Geronimo leading away from second. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a foul coming straight back. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Pete Rose. 2 men away. Umpire Ed Sudol getting a new supply of baseballs from the bat boy. Mets playing the infield around to right against Rose, and the outfield is just about straight away. If anything, Don Hahn a stride to left center. Pitching 1-2. Inside, that just missed, and the count is 2-2 to Rose. In 3 of the 5 innings of the game, Seaver has had to pitch with a man in scoring position. In the 2nd, in the 4th, and now here in the 5th. The 2-2 delivery. Just missed. Seaver walked off the mound. He thought he had him struck out. Jerry Grody objecting to the call by Ed Sudol. Tom Seaver was on his way to the dugout. He thought that pitch had turned the trick. Now it's 3-2 on Pete Rose. Seaver has not walked a batter, has struck out 6. 3-2 delivery. Strike 3 call to the side retire. Number 7 for Tom Seaver. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. At the end of 5, the New York Mets 1, the Cincinnati Reds nothing.
When you eat at home, you expect cleanliness, and I think that you should get the same thing in house.
Al Sten, a McDonald's field consultant.
We've got checklists galore that we use in order to make sure that the store maintains cleanliness at all periods of time.
You and your family deserve a break at McDonald's, and things like cleanliness are what that break is all about.
It's got to be just immaculate, even if it means washing it 10 times.
WABY and a group of civic-minded area businesses presents This Is Our Community.
The series at 11:30 a.m. features interviews with community leaders
discussing growth and planning for New York's great metro area.
All interviews to be conducted by WABY News and Public Affairs Director Ed O'Brien.
This Is Our Community, Sundays at 11:30 a.m. on WABY 14.
14 WABY.
New York will have the heart of the batting order up against Billingham in the 6th inning. Over the first 5, the Mets 1 run on 3 hits. Cincinnati no runs on 3 hits. Tom Seaver has struck out 7 over the first 5 innings. The National League record for strikeouts in a game in a championship series, 9 by Steve Blass. Rusty Staub has drawn a walk and flied to very deep left center to Geronimo, who flagged it down on the run. And the pitch by Billingham. Breaking ball, breaks in on the ankles. 1 ball, no strikes. Billingham, settling down, has retired the last 7 New York Mets batters. And the 1-0 pitch. Ground ball right back to the mound. Billingham knocks it down, picks it up, and throws 1 away. He almost made a very bad throw to Tony Perez. So Billingham is getting very tough. He has now cut down 8 straight hitters, and it brings up John Milner. Milner has singled to center and drawn a walk. When he singled to center in the first inning, he hit the ball so hard that Garrett, who was on second, could not score. He had to stop at third base. In the dirt. Handled by Johnny Bench. 1 ball and no strikes. Geronimo, the center fielder of the Reds, has a fantastic throwing arm. Billingham winds and pitches to Milner. A swing and a miss as the hammer goes after it. 1 ball and 1 strike. They play Milner as a pull hitter. John has good power, clouded 23 home runs. Curve, pull, foul, back to the Cincinnati dugout. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Mets won, the Reds nothing. We're in the 6th inning, 1 out and nobody on. The 1-2 delivery, strike 3 called. A fastball on the inside corner. Milner, I believe, was guessing breaking ball. For Billingham, his 4th strikeout. 2 outs and nobody on. Cleon Jones will hit. Cleon has hit into a double play and been struck out, 0-for-2. Cleon drove in 14 runs the last 10 games played by the Mets as they came blazing down the stretch. And the pitch on the way to Cleon, a little bit wide, 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. Curve bends over the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Billingham has walked 3, struck out 4, allowed 1 run, 3 base hits. Fastball, a strike. His control now is just what he wants it to be. He missed a little bit the first 3 innings, but since then he is throwing just about all strikes. The 1-2 delivery. And a smack on the right side of the infield, handled by Joe Morgan. He throws to Paris, side retired. That's 10 in a row for Billingham. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. In the middle of the 6th inning, the Mets won, the Reds nothing.
This exclusive Belmont race recreation is presented by the Schenectady Off-Track Betting Commission, home of Lone Bet.
The horses are in the starting gate for the 6th race from Belmont Park. And they're off. That's 2 Harbors out on top. Everton, the second, is second. Jazinus is third. It's Arby's Boy, fourth. Setacento is fifth. And Adaptive Ace is sixth. Well, the first turn, that's Arby's Boy with the lead. Adaptive Ace is second. Everton, the second, is third. Jazinus fourth. 2 Harbors is now starting to move. Along the backstretch, that's Arby's Boy, followed by Adaptive Ace and Everton, the second, third. Jazinus fourth. Then it's 2 Harbors and Setacento. Around the final turn, that's Arby's Boy with the lead. Then it's 2 Harbors and Adaptive Ace third. Jazinus is fourth. And under the wire, it's Arby's Boy in to be the winner with 2 Harbors second and Jazinus third. The results are unofficial.
Schenectady OTB, where you're always a winner. Horse racing excitement is as close as the 3 TV locations. 127 Wall Street, 2627 Broadway, and 1700 State Street, Schenectady. Or place your bet from anywhere with a telephone account. Place your Belmont Thoroughbred bet at OTB. Schenectady OTB. You can bet on it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the results of the 6th race from Belmont Park are now official. The winner, OTB letter C, Arby's Boy, pays $380, $280, and $220. Letter E, 2 Harbors, pays $660 and $340. And OTB letter D, Jazinus, pays $260. The exact combination of Arby's Boy and 2 Harbors, letters C and E, pays $42.60. Time of the 6th race, 1 minute 41 and 1/5 seconds.
This Belmont race recreation, a service of the Schenectady Off-Track Betting Commission.
14 WABY.
And the pitch on the way, fouled out of play behind third, back toward the upper deck. Seaver with a 2-strike count on Dan Dreesen, the third baseman. Dreesen wound up hitting 301. Inside and low. And though Dreesen did not come up until June, he will get a lot of consideration for Rookie of the Year honors. This was a vintage year for outstanding rookies. Pitching 1-2. Had a foul back toward the Cincinnati dugout. Seaver threw in the curveball, broke it down low by the ankles. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 delivery, reached for and fouled off. He went for a bad pitch out of the strike zone. Slugger Tony Perez waiting in the on-deck circle. He bats cleanup, and Johnny Bench hits number 5. And the pitch on the way, low outside. That evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Seaver siding in. Delivers. At a ground ball that will be fouled down the first base line, handled by John Milner. And we have a duel going here between Tom Seaver and Dan Dreesen. Cincinnati got a lot of help from their top farm club. Dan Dreesen came up in June. Then later in the year, Ken Griffey and Ed Armbruster came up. It's 2-2 on the left-hand hitting third baseman, Dan Dreesen. Seaver swings over the head, around comes the arm, and a foul coming back upstairs. And Dreesen is hanging tough against Seaver. Dreesen says he likes to just drag that bat up to the plate and say to the bat, go get it. Pitching 2-2. Fouled out of play. This is the kind of thing that gets on a pitcher's nerves. Seaver, a power pitcher. Relies on great leg strength. And he is the kind of pitcher that if he throws a lot of pitches in a game, it does take a lot out of him, as it does any power pitcher. Count is 2-2. And the pitch. He struck him out with a curveball. Seaver with his curveball wins the duel and gets Dan Dreesen. And that is his 8th strikeout of the game. It's one more to equal the championship series strikeout record held by Steve Blass. Slugger Tony Perez has grounded to third and flied to right. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Fastball low on the outside corner. Johnny Bench waiting on deck. And the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball by Tom Seaver. Seaver now with a 2-strike count on Tony Perez, the cleanup hitter. Tom wags the glove, wants another sign. The 2-strike pitch. He struck him out, and the side retired. Number 9 for Tom Seaver. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. And at the end of 6, the New York Mets won, and the Cincinnati Reds nothing.
For TWABY.
Imagine that this is the sound of your car's engine dying for lack of oil. Thousands of Americans destroy their engines every year because they forget how important their oil is. Getty, the company that gives you more miles for your money, knows how important oil is. That's why at Getty, we give you a better oil for your money. An oil that doesn't just meet manufacturer's standards, it exceeds them. Vidal 1040 motor oil. In fact, Vidal 1040 doesn't just exceed the requirements set by auto manufacturers, it exceeds the requirements set by the U.S. government. Next time you drive into one of our stations, remember, the whole idea behind Getty is to give you more. More miles for your money. More protection for your engine. More. It's a heck of an idea. Getty. We give you more for your money.
14WABY.
Jerry Grody's coming up now to lead off for the New York Mets as they bat in the top of the 7th inning. Grody has flied to center. He's grounded out short to first. Facing right-hand pitcher Jack Billingham. Billingham takes a sign out and Johnny Bench goes into the motion. Here's the pitch and it's in there for a called strike. Don Hahn has moved up on deck. The Mets are leading by a score of 1-0. The hits are all even at 3 each. Again, Billingham into the motion and the pitch. Curveball low and away. Billingham was on the ropes early in the ballgame. He had great control trouble, but he has straightened out in the last few innings and has been a tough guy out there on the mound. Grody now back into the batter's box. Johnny Bench flashes the sign to big Jack Billingham, who won 19 games in the regular season. Here's the pitch, slow curve, swung on and missed. 1-2. He took something off that one. Billingham has now retired 10 consecutive outings, going back to Milner's walk in the 3rd inning. Nobody on base on a 1-2 pitch. Curveball swung on, missed, struck him out. Strikeout number 5. For Billingham, who has retired 11 consecutive Mets. Don Hahn, who hits number 7 in the orders coming up, called out on strikes and flied out to right so far. 0 for 2. The New York Mets got their run in the 2nd inning with 2 men out. Bud Harrelson walked and Tom Seaver doubled him home to the warning track in left center field. Now Hahn is in and waiting. Here's Billingham's pitch, curveball, low and away for a ball. The Mets loaded the bases with 1 man out in the top of the 1st inning, but did not score when Cleon Jones hit into a double play. Now Billingham delivers, and the curveball is in for a called strike. 1-1 to count to Hahn. This is a 1-1 delivery. And it's a fastball in for a called strike 2. 1-2. Billingham has struck out 5. Hahn moves back out of the batter's box. Taps his spike, takes a practice swing with the bat, and now moves back up to the plate. Ed Sudol is the umpire behind the plate today. This is a 1-2 delivery. Curveball swung on and missed. Struck him out. Strikeout number 6 for Jack Billingham. 2 away, and Bud Harrelson will be the Met batter. He walked and later scored in the 2nd. He grounded out 2nd to 1st in the 4th inning. Ed Vargo is the umpire at 1st. Chris Pellicutis is at 2nd. Bob Engel is at 3rd. Bruce Fromming down the line and left. Jerry Dale down the line and right. 6 umpires assigned here for the championship series. The commissioner of baseball, Bowie Kuhn, is here this afternoon as well. Chubb Feeney, the president of the National League, is here. Warren Giles, president emeritus of the league, is here. Billingham's pitch is low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Outfield defense straight away and shallow against Harrelson. Switch hitter batting left. That pitch is in for a called strike, and it's 1-1. Tom Seaver kneeling in the on-deck circle. Again, Billingham delivers and pitches inside for a ball. 2-1 offering. Swung on and foul back into the glove of Johnny Bench to run the count out even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. This will be a 2-2 offering, and it's on the way. Swung on it on the ground. Second base. Morgan's over up with it. He goes to Perez in time. That is retired in order. And now Jack Billingham has retired 12 consecutive batters. Nothing across, and in the middle of the 7th inning, the score is the Mets 1, the Reds nothing.
14
14WABY.
The friendly people at Protective Loan Corporation want to help you with home improvement, whether it's a new garage, roof repairs, or heating modernization. Protective Loan wants to help people like you with fast one-day service. And there's always a Protective Loan office near you. 620 Columbia Turnpike, East Greenbush, 1884 State Street, Schenectady, and in Manans at 291 Broadway. Get home improvement help this fall from Protective Loan.
1974 Dusters, Scamps, Satellite, Sebring, Fury, Chryslers, and Imperials are all winning hits this fall at Schenectady Chrysler Plymouth. Make a short run to Jim Schultz's Schenectady Plymouth and score on a fantastic deal on the new 74s and even more on our new 73 cars from the Money Savers at Schenectady Chrysler Plymouth. 1016 through 1040 State Street, Schenectady.
WABY.
Fans are up stretching now all around this big, beautiful ballpark on the banks of the River Ohio here in Cincinnati as the Reds will be coming up in the bottom of the seventh inning, and Johnny Bench will lead it off. Bench doubled to right center in the second. He struck out swinging in the fourth inning. Twice in the last 3 years, he has been the most valuable player in the National League, Johnny Bench. The Mets are leading by a score of 1-0 as the Reds come up in the bottom of the seventh. Seaver takes a sign from Grody. Into the motion, pitch to the right-hand batter. Swung on and foul back out of play. There's a fastball up high, and he fouled it back. Strike one to count now. Ken Griffey is on deck swinging back. Johnny Bench bats number 5 in the batting order, so we're getting a little action started down in the bullpen for the Cincinnati Reds. Pedro Borbon is up and throwing. There's a breaking pitch low on the way. That is a precautionary move by just Sparky Anderson, so that if he gets down to the number 9 spot and needs to go to a pinch hitter for Billingham, who does not hit very well, he'd have Borbon ready. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Curveball in there for a called strike. Dipped it into the strike zone. It's 1-2. Infielder Ed Crosby is loosening up his arm. That is so if he gets to the number 8 spot and wants to go to a pinch hitter for Darrell Cheney, he'll be ready for that too. There's a swing and a high pop foul to the left side, drifting into the seats and out of play. Garrett moved over to the barrier, but is hitting well behind the Met dugout. Dugouts are very long here in Cincinnati, about 120 feet long, as a matter of fact. 1-2 is the count out of Johnny Bench. George Scherger, the coach at first base, has moved well off the lines, giving Bench plenty of room, and Alex Gramlich has moved back a little bit off the lines at third as well. Seaver again goes into the motion. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball hit on the ground, back through the box, and Harrelson over up with a throw to first, and he's safe at first base. He legs it out. Johnny Bench with a base hit. It was a curveball. He did not hit it hard at all. It went back through the box, and Seaver had a swipe at it, came up empty, so that Harrelson had to move in towards the bag at second. He fielded the ball cleanly and got to throw off at first, but simply not in time to get Johnny Bench. Now Grody goes out and talks to pitcher Tom Seaver. Ken Griffey is coming up, and they figured that Sparky Anderson, the manager of the Reds, will try to build a run some way here. The Mets are leading 1-0. The Reds are batting in the bottom of the seventh, and the big crowd, a standing room only crowd of some 56,000, has come to life here on behalf of the Cincinnati Reds. Ken Griffey has been up twice. He was hit by a pitch ball, and he struck out. He is a left-hand batter. Brought up from Indianapolis for the stretch run, and he performed fabulously well for the Reds. Here's a pitch fastball swung on and missed for strike one. 0-1 to count to Ken Griffey. Cesar Geronimo is on deck. Infielder Darrell Cheney is still throwing. Pitcher Pedro Borbon still throwing in the bullpen for the Cincinnati Reds as they bat in the bottom of the seventh. Johnny Bench takes his lead at first. Tom Seaver sets up and delivers a pitch that is in there for a strike. as Ken Griffey moved up as though to bunt the ball. That brought Gary down at a gallop from his post at third. Griffey did not square at all as though to sacrifice, but he did move into bunting stance on the pitch, so it is 0-2. Seaver again sets up. Here is the pitch. Swung on, check swing, line drive to short. Harrelson makes a backhand stab for the out. Holding it first is Bench. One away. It was a check swing line drive to the backhand side of Harrelson. He swung the glove over, went down to one knee, and held on to the line shot. So there's one away, and that sends Gertie back out to talk to Seaver again, with Cesar Geronimo coming up. Geronimo has struck out and singled to right so far, left-hand batter. Darrell Cheney moved out of the dugout to the on-deck position. The hit by Johnny Bench, the infield hit, was number 4 for the Reds off Seaver. Seaver has struck out 9. He's walked none so far today. Geronimo swings that bat a time or two. Close stance at the plate. Seaver sets up, checks over his shoulder. Here's a pitch, and it's swung on and missed. Strike one, start him off with a fastball. Striking out 9. Tom Seaver has tied the strikeout record for championship series games in the National League, held by Steve Blass, who struck out 9 Giants in 1971. Seaver again sets up, checks over his shoulder. And the pitch. In there for a call, strike 2. 0-2 to Geronimo, who was fooled on that pitch. He's just outside the batter's box, settles himself back in very carefully now, measures his stance by tapping the far corner. Seaver up inside Bench, leads at first base. There's one away. Every fastball swung on and missed. Struck him out. Strikeout number 10, and that's a new record in National League Championship Series of 10. And Larry Stahl is coming out there to bat for Darrell Cheney. Larry Stahl, a former New York Met, is coming out to bat for Cheney. He's a left-hand batter, hitting .225 with 2 homers and 12 runs batted in. Stahl batting for Cheney. Stahl left the New York Mets when he was chosen by the San Diego Padres in the expansion draft. Then he was traded from the Padres to the Cincinnati Reds, where he has filled the role of a pinch hitter this year. Will be coming up here with 2 men out. Johnny Bench at first, the Mets leading 1-0, and the Reds batting in the bottom of the 7th inning. The first game of the championship series, best 3 of 5 for the National League pennant. Stahl is in and waiting. Now Seaver sets up. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Fastball. Stahl has hit 2 home runs this year, both of them against the New York Mets. One off Tom Seaver, one off Hank Webb. The count is strike 1. Bench takes his lead at first base. Seaver's pitch swung on and missed. Brought that one in close on the pitch. It's 0-2. Larry Stahl backs out of the batter's box now. Do calisthenics with the bat. Goes back into the batter's box. Johnny Bench leads off the bag at first, where Milner holds against him. Outfield defense straight away and deep against Larry Stahl. This is an 0-2 pitch. Swung on, rather high and away, I beg your pardon. Held up, it's 1-2. 1-2 the count to Larry Stahl. Brody sends out the sign. Seaver peers intently. Sets up now. Bench takes the lead at first base, and here is the 1-2 delivery. Breaking pitch, swung on and missed, struck him out. Strikeout number 11 for Tom Seaver. It's no runs a hit, no errors, and 1 left. As Johnny Bench had a leadoff infield hit and was stranded at first. At the end of 7 innings of play, the score is the Mets 1 and the Reds nothing.
Attention skiers, the Ski Market announces its first annual Columbus Day weekend sale. $1 million worth of name brand ski equipment drastically reduced. K2's last year's model, regularly $135, now only $99.50. Rossignol skis values up to $160, now $69.88. Kustown Parkers, regularly $60, prices slashed to $34.88. Brand new Tyrolia bindings, regularly $32.50, now only $19.88. And many, many more super savings at the Ski Market. 620 Schenectady Road, Latham, open Monday through Friday, 10 till 10, Saturday till 6. Use your Bank America card or Master Charge. The Ski Markets.
14 WABY.
Ever notice how every time you visit one of those fast food restaurants, you see a different face across the counter? One place where the help does not come and go is Bob and Ron's Fish Fry at 1007 Central Avenue, just west of Westgate. Bob and Ron's has been operated by the same family for 25 years. They want you to be pleased with their quality seafood and service. At Bob and Ron's, they care if you return again and again. Bob and Ron's Fish Fry, 1007 Central Avenue, Albany.
14 WABY.
Comes in to play shortstop for the Cincinnati Reds. Crosby replacing Cheney, who was removed for the pinch hitter Larry Stahl. Jack Billingham is still the pitcher, and Tom Seaver will be at the plate to lead off for the Mets as they bat here in the top half of the 8th inning. Tom Seaver, who drove in that run in the second with a double to left center field and who struck out in the 5th inning, 1 for 2. The sun has broken through the overcast now. It has been trying to do that from time to time throughout the afternoon. The infield area is rid entirely by shadow, however, by the shadow of the stands. Here is a pitch in for a called strike. There are areas out in left field, the sun field here, that are still bathed in sunlight, particularly on the track back near the wall. Here is Billingham with the pitch. Swung on, and it is a fly ball to center field, and Cesar Geronimo's there. He makes the catch. So Seaver has flied to center, one away, and Wayne Garrett's coming up. Jack Billingham has retired 13 consecutive Mets, going back to the walk to John Milner in the 3rd inning, who was the last Met base runner. Wayne Garrett had a base hit in the 1st inning. Since then, he has grounded out twice, 1 for 3. Mets opened up against Jack Billingham as Garrett had a base hit that hit the bag in the 1st inning. Felix Millan sacrificed him to second. Rusty Staub drew a walk, and Milner had a hit. Hit the ball so hard, square away into center, that when Cesar Geronimo came up on one hop, Eddie Yost wisely held Garrett at 3rd. Then Cleon Jones grounded into a double play, and the Mets did not score in the 1st inning. They scored with 2 men out in the 2nd when Harrelson walked and Seaver doubled. Now the pitch to Garrett, and it's in there for a called strike. Here's a pitch, low for a ball. That's an indicative message up there. It's a standing room ticket for Game 2 tomorrow, on sale now at the advanced ticket window. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Swung on, and it is a foul ball back at first base, out of play. During regular season, the Cincinnati Reds outdrew the New York Mets in home total paid attendance. The Reds drew 2,017,601. The New York Mets had a regular season home attendance of 1,912,390. There have been cases where the championship series in various ballparks did not sell out. One drawback is that one does not know that his team will be in the championship series until very late. Here's a 1-2 pitch, swung on, popped up into the air, left field. Rose is moving up, Crosby's going out. Rose calls, and he makes the catch. So 2 men are out. They had no trouble here in Cincinnati with the ticket sale. The problem was that there were no tickets, and usually in big sports events, there are tickets around the town. That's true of most sports events, baseball, football, basketball. There were no tickets around the town this morning in Cincinnati. Outside my hotel, I saw a man offer another $50 apiece for 2 tickets he had in his hand. The man fortunately did not take it. He is one of the umpires working this game. Here's the pitch, and it's low for a ball. He had obtained the tickets for his family that accompanied him here. But it's that kind of a series. Tickets are at a great premium. This will be a 1-0 pitch to Millan, and it's low for a ball. Tom Hall is going down to warm up now. He's a left-hander. Tom Hall going down to start throwing in the bullpen for the Cincinnati Reds. They're batting with 2 men out in the 8th. The pitch is in for a called strike. It's 2-1 now to Millan, who is followed by Rusty Staub. Billingham gets a sign from Johnny Bench and delivers the pitch. Swung on, pointed on the ground to shortstop. Ed Crosby has it up and throwing in time, and the side is out again in order. 15 consecutive batters have been retired by Jack Billingham, going back to the walk to mill in the third inning. Nothing across. And in the middle of the eighth inning, the score is the Mets 1 and the Reds nothing.
14 WABY.
See the new International Utility Tractor with features and more power for any size operation at Calhoun Equipment Melrose. Get the facts on the new 674 with utility row and crop models. It has 61 PTO horsepower diesel or 58 PTO horsepower gas engine. Coupled with the 574 and 464 models, you'll find the most advanced in 20 years. Come in and ask for a demonstration at Calhoun Equipment, Melrose, New York.
Right now, chances are 7 times greater that you'll find the one car you want at Hickey Ford and Hickey Imports. Because Hickey is like 7 great car dealers rolled into one, with a whole line of new 74 Fords, plus Volvos, Fiats, Land Rovers, MGs, Saabs, Jaguars, and now Hondas. And don't forget Hickey's low price guarantee to sell you a new car for less or buy you a big steak dinner for 2. Chances are 7 to 1. Right now, you'll find what you want at Hickey Ford and Hickey Imports, Hoosick Road, Troy.
14 WABY.
You'll be happy to arrange an appointment that will enable you to select choice seats and cover all plans. From season ticket subscriptions to night game, holiday, and weekend plans. The telephone number is 672-2000. The address, Shea Stadium, Flushing, New York. Zip code 11368. Hal King is coming up now for the Cincinnati Reds to bat for Billingham. Hal King will bat for Billingham. He is hitting 186, but he's had 4 home runs. Left-hand power hitter at the plate. Here's Seaver with the pitch. Fastball outside. So Billingham is out of the ball game, and Tom Hall is throwing in the bullpen. The Reds are batting in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Mets are leading by a score of 1-0. Al King now swings that bat, has it cocked. Here's Seaver with the pitch. Swung on and fouled off. 1-1. Al King is set up there for 1. He is set up there to swing the bat as hard as he can for distance and try to hit the ball out of the ballpark. He beat Harry Parker in the New York Mets at Shea Stadium in an extra inning game with a pinch home run. Al King, he's menacing up there. Wears the number 6 on his bat. Has it cocked now and calls timeout as he backs out of the batter's box. Seaver relaxed at the moment on the mound, waiting for King to get back in there. The count is... Now, here is the pitch. It's a breaking pitch that sails high, way up. 2-1 to count. It gets a crowd reaction. King again backs out of the batter's box. It was a breaking pitch that slipped and sailed up high. Pete Rose is waiting on deck for the Cincinnati Reds. Here's Seaver's 2-1 delivery, and it's a check swing taken high. He started the swing and then laid off, and the count's gone 3-1. Seaver has struck out 11 and walked nobody so far, but he's gone behind the King 3-1. Almost had King swinging at a high hard one out of the strike zone. On a check swing, he at the last moment was able to take it. Tug McGraw is moving around in the Mets dugout. 3-1 pitch, swung on and missed. It's 3-2. McGraw looks back over his shoulder. He's still in the dugout. He hasn't gone down to the bullpen yet. This will be a payoff pitch to Hal King. Tom Seaver into the motion. The payoff pitch is on the way, and it's swung out and missed. He struck him out. Brody took it in the webbing of the glove. Strikeout number 12. Seaver bends over now out there on the mound. Seaver bends over, and he may have pulled something. Seaver may have pulled something. He bent over from the waist. He calls time. He is walking toward the dugout. Seaver calls time. He may very well have pulled something. As on the follow-through, he bent over. Umpire Ed Sudol wants to ask him what it is. And he's looking down at his right foot. Yogi Berra's coming out. Sudol says, all right, and Seaver walks in. Could be equipment trouble. Could be physical trouble. Whatever it was, he bent over, and for what seemed an interminable length of time, that was probably 2 seconds, he bent over from the waist and had his head way down. He sits down now in the dugout. Tom McKenna gets something out of a case and comes over to see about it. Pulls his shoe off of his right foot. On the follow-through, Tug McGraw, by the way, is up and throwing in the bullpen. On the follow-through, he bent way over. He had something extra on that pitch to Hal King.
Seaver, let's tell you that the official paid attendance here today is 53,431. 53,431. It is a new championship series attendance record for the Major League. Turning out here today in Cincinnati. McKenna, the Mets trainer, goes back over to his case now. Seaver trying to put the shoe back on. We'll try to get a report for you later on from the dugout as to exactly what has transpired. Seaver is lacing the shoe up again. The strikeout of Hal King was number 12 for Stevens. One man out, nobody on. Pete Rose will be coming up. Met infielders have gathered for a conference. Harrelson, Millan, Garrett. Hahn has gone over to talk to Cleon Jones. Tug McGraw throwing in the bullpen. Yogi Berra talking to Seaver, who's still seated in the dugout. Pitching coach Rube Walker standing looking out onto the field spot. It appeared that he simply changed the shoe or the shoelace or something of that sort. He is running back to the mound, Seaver is, which would tend to be indicative of the fact that there was nothing serious. He looks now at the shoe, at the heel of the shoe. So perhaps it was some difficulty with the lace or with the shoe. Whatever it was, he was well aware of it. He was well aware of the fact that something had happened. Now he tosses the ball a time or two over to Wayne Garrett to get ready to pitch to Pete Rose. Pete Rose has gone 0 for 3. Fouled to third, flied to left, called out on strike. Switch hitter batting left, led the National League in batting this year. The Mets are leading 1-0 as the Reds bat in the bottom of the 8th inning. One man out, nobody on base. Seaver takes the side. Here's the pitch to Charlie Hustle, and it's high for a ball, 1-0. With Billingham out of the game, Tom Hall is still throwing in the bullpen for the Cincinnati Reds. Mets are playing Pete Rose deep and squarely away. Here's a pin for a called strike. Fastball. It's 1-1. The Mets have had 3 hits and the Reds have had 4. Rose waits for the 1-1 offering of Tom Seaver and is on the way. Breaking pitch sails high and he goes behind 2-1. Seaver does. Joe Morgan is on deck. This is the 2-1 delivery. Fastball in for a called strike. He popped it. It's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rose wipes the barrel of the bat off on his uniform and now steps back in with a 2-2 count. Jerry Gruddy sends out the sign. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Swung on, foul up to the left side. It's up into the seats and out of play. So the count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now to Pete Rose. He backs out of the batter's box, looking at Seaver as he takes the new ball and rubs it up. Rose still hasn't stepped back into the batter's box. Now he moves back up. Swings the bat loosely a time or two. Wide stance at the plate. Bats out of a crouch. Seaver goes into the motion. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Fastball swung on, hit. We're back in right. It's going. For Pete Rose. That ties the score. The Reds won, the Mets won, and this ballpark has gone berserk. It was a 2-2 pitch, and he hit it up into the seats in right field. The fans still are up and yelling all around the park, so Joe Morgan walks back toward the dugout. Seaver was ready to continue, however, the fans are still up and roaring, as they had seen their Reds go down the drink here this afternoon, and they've seen them come back from the brink. It's a 1-1 tie. One man out, nobody on, and Joe Morgan at the plate. Pete Rose had only 5 home runs throughout the entire season, but he has hit one off Seaver here this afternoon. Here's a pitch high for a ball. It's 1-0. Morgan has gone 0 for 3. He popped to third. He flied to right. He popped to short. Seaver into the motion. Pitch to the left-hand batter. Fastball, line, foul up the right field line across the bullpen of the Cincinnati Reds. Dan Dreesen is waiting on deck. Tom Hall still throwing down there in the bullpen. Doug McGraw throwing in the Met bullpen. Seaver gets the sign. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Fastball foul back and out of play. It's 1 ball and strike to Joe Morgan. Fletcher batting in the bottom of the 8th inning. And the score is tied. The Mets won and the Reds won. The Mets got their run in the second inning, made it stand up until just this moment when Pete Rose hit a home run on a 2-2 pitch. Here's a pitch inside low, and the count goes even at 2-2 now to Joe Morgan. Seaver offers 2-2. Curveball swung on and missed. Strikeout number 13 for Seaver. 2 Reds are out. 2 Reds are out. Wayne Garrett had started for the dugout. Now Dan Dreesen is coming up. He had a pop fly double in the 4th inning on which Cleon Jones and Bud Harrelson crisscrossed. The ball fell in between them. Otherwise, Dreesen has grounded out and struck out 1 for 3 left-hand batters. Score tied 1-1. The Reds are batting in the bottom of the 8th. Crowd is still buzzing all around this big ballpark, and here's the pitch. Fastball high and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Tony Perez is on deck for the Cincinnati Reds. This is a 1-0 delivery, now to Dreesen. And it's in there for a called strike, 1-1. He's being boomed for Rookie of the Year honors. Dreesen, who played first base most of his baseball career, but the Reds had to have a third baseman, so they made one out of Dreesen. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Curveball hits in the dirt. Short hop by Brody. So the count is 2-1. Dennis Menke and Alex Grammas were the men who molded Dreesen into a defensive third baseman. No one had to mold him at the plate. He could always swing the bat. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Fastball swung on it in the air to left. Cleon Jones is coming on. He makes the catch and the side is retired. But the Cincinnati Reds get a run on a hit, the homer by Rose. No errors, none left, and at the end of 8 innings, the score is the Reds won and the Mets won.
14 WABY.
The horses are in the starting gate for the 7th race from Belmont Park. Paris Breeze second, Restless Keys is third. Fortunate Fit fourth. Two-timing Lass is fifth, and Irish Sonnet is sixth. Rounding out the field is Dancelot seventh, Blunder eighth, and Special Goddess ninth. Then it's Nancy G, Vitriolic Lady, Talking Picture, I'm a Pleasure, and Chris Everett. On the first turn, that's Paris Breeze with the lead. Restless Keys second, Two-timing Lass is third. Rayzella is fourth. Along the back stretch, that's Paris Breeze, followed by Special Goddess and Rayzella third. Restless Keys fourth. Then it's Two-timing Lass and Dance a Lot. Around the final turn, that's Rayzella with the lead. Two-timing Lass and Blunder is third. Chris Everett is fourth. I'm a Pleasure challenging now for the lead. And under the wire, it's Blunder in to be the winner with second, and I'm a Pleasure third. The results of the 7th race are unofficial.
In 1973, Capital Country will see the New York Jets in action right here on WABY Sports Radio 14 Albany. This is Marty Glickman. Along with Larry Grantham, we'll bring you all the Jets action right from the 50-yard line at home and away.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. The results of the 7th race are now official. The winner, OTB letter G. Blunder pays $13.60, $7.80, and $6.60. OTB letter L, the place horse Chris Everett, pays $9 and $7. And OTB letter A, I'm a Pleasure, pays $12.20. Quick was scratched. Time of the 7th race, 1 minute 36 and 2/5 seconds.
14 WABY.
Put onto that right foot, so that's why he took off the right shoe and made the change in the dugout. So it wasn't anything physical, it was an equipment problem. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Rusty Staub. That is high. Tom Hall goes behind 3-0. Billingham pitched 8 innings, gave up 1 run on only 3 hits. He struck out 6 and he walked 3. Mets had him on the ropes when they loaded the bases with 1 man out in the first inning, but did not score then. Here's a pitch that is taken in there, fastball for a called strike. 3-1 to Staub. Staub walked in the first, flied to center in the third, grounded out in the sixth, 0 for 2. This will be a 3-1 delivery, and it's on the way. High and tight walked him, and the Mets pick up a leadoff base runner here in the top of the 9th inning. Rusty Staub, who is not blessed with great speed, goes to first base. Base on ball. 4th walk the Mets have drawn today. The first one issued by Hall. He's only faced 1 batter. John Milner's coming up. Had a base hit in the first. Henson has walked and was called out on strikes. Looks to Eddie Yost to see how the Mets will play it. Tony Perez at first base holds against the runner. Dreesen is in at third. Pitch is high as Milner squared the bunt. Milner squared as though to bunt. Now the crowd's getting upset at the lack of control by relief pitcher Tom Hall. Dreesen moves up even more after having seen Milner, the cleanup batter, move into bunting stance. Score is tied 1-1. Mets bat in the 9th. Milner's around, takes high again. So now Tom Hall has gone behind 2-0. Here comes Sparky Anderson looking at the bullpen. He might bring Pedro Bourbon in here right now. Bourbon was his ace in the bullpen. The count is 2-0 as Hall has had a little control trouble. He's gone behind 2-0 on Milner, who's been bunting on the first 2 pitches. Sparky Anderson at the mound, so Rusty Staub calls time and is running into the dugout to some purpose. That is all for Tom Hall. Pedro Bourbon is being brought in. So Sparky Anderson goes to the quick hook and takes Hall out of the ball game right now. Mike Marshall of the Montreal Expos appeared in more games than did Pedro Bourbon. He appeared against the Mets 5 times. This is his 81st appearance. He has a record of 11 wins and 4 losses. Last time out on the 30th of September, he went 2 innings against the Giants, gave up no runs and no hits. Pedro Bourbon finished the season with a 9-game winning streak. His last loss was July 4th to San Francisco. In that span, he also had 7 saves. His earned run average since the 4th of July was 1.09. That's fantastic. The Dominican right-hander gave up only 4 home runs in 121 innings. So that is why Sparky Anderson went so quickly to Bourbon. Right-hander taking his warm-up pitches now. See how Yogi Berra plays it here. Situation, score tied 1-1. Mets batting in the 9th inning. Rusty Staub, the runner at first. But now a right-hander, Pedro Bourbon, has come in. Instead of John Milner, left-hand batter to plate, and the count is 2-0. Yogi had the bunt on the first 2 pitches. Does he leave the bunt on? Does he take it off and let Milner swing away at a 2-0 pitch against a right-hand pitcher? Well, those are percentages that the manager has to figure out in making his decision. Milner is followed in the order by right-hand batter Cleon Jones, right-hand batter Jerry Grody. One whale of a ball game here at Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio, as the New York Mets and the Cincinnati Reds battle for the pennant in the National League. This is the best-of-5 series. First 2 games here, and then whatever games are necessary back in New York starting on Monday afternoon at 2 p.m. New York time. John Milner is in and waiting. Rusty Staub leads out the back at first. Throw to first, not in time. Perez holding against the runner. Dreesen in on the turf there at third. Bourbon sets up. Here's the pitch. He's swinging away, but takes high. He was not bunting. He was ready to swing away. The count's gone 3-0. Now I might have him take. Although a power hitter like Milner frequently is turned loose on a 3-0 if he gets what he likes. Staub takes his lead. Bourbon has the sign. Here's the pitch. It's taken in there for a call strike. It's 3-1 now to Milner. Now what do? Do you go back to the bunt to try to move the runner up, or do you let Milner swing away on a 3-1? Whatever it is, the information has been passed along to Milner from sign man Eddie Yost at third. Bourbon sets. Here's the pitch. He's around, and the pitch is in for a call strike. Count full at 3-2. He squared around to bunt, but took the pitch, and the count is full at 3-2. another managerial decision. Nobody out. The Mets are trying to build a run here in the top half of the ninth inning. Score tied 1-1. Pedro Bourbon has the sign. Staub is running, hit and run. Fly ball to center. Staub retreats to first. Geronimo's there. Geronimo waits, makes the catch. Staub tags to draw a throw and goes back to first. So the Mets switched off the hit and run on the 3-2. But Milner flied to center, and that brings up Cleon Jones with one man out. Cleon has grounded into a double play. Struck out swinging, grounded out. Gone 0 for 3 here today. The Mets made their one-run lead stand up from the first inning to the 8th inning, but then one swing of the bat of Pete Rose sent the ball flying out into the seats in right. And the Cincinnati Reds had tied the score at 1-1, and that's where it is just now, with the Mets batting in the top of the ninth inning. Bourbon's pitch to Jones. Low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Staub takes his lead at first. Bourbon delivers. Pitches in for a call strike to Jones. It's 1-1. This park was packed in jam for the first pitch, and it's still packed in jam. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Just off the outside corner, and it's 2-1. 2-1 is the count. Just missed the outside corner. When there's Tudor, the plate umpire, calls a pitch, he sometimes indicates with the pantomime where it was. He indicated with his right hand that it was off the corner. Some of the fans misread that initially. This should be a 2-1 delivery. Swung on and hit in the air to center field. Right center. Geronimo drifts over. He's there. Staub is tagged at first. Geronimo makes the catch. Staub comes off, draws the throw, and goes back. 2 away, and Cleon Jones has flied to center. Grody is the batter. Jerry Grody has flied to center, grounded out and struck out. He's gone 0 for 3. Bourbon comes down, smooths out the dirt there, where he's been striding on the mound. Here's the pitch to Grody. Fastball low, and it's ball 1. 1-0 the count with Staub at first base and 2 men out. Outfield defense shaded toward right against Grody. That pitch sails high. So Bourbon goes behind 2-0 to Grody. He's followed in the order by Don Hahn. Now the pitch. In there for a called strike. It's 2-1 to Grody. Jerry's hitting .256 for the year. But hitting better than .300 since August 1st. Down the stretch, he had a number of big hits. Here's the 2-1 offering, and it's a fastball low. Bourbon goes behind now, 3-1. To walk Grody would be to push the possible go-ahead run into scoring position at second base. Grody moves back in. Bourbon bends forward now to take the sign. Gets it, 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. It's full at 3-2. It'll be an automatic start now for Rusty Staub. On the pitch, Staub will be moving. 2 men out. Runner at first. Score tied 1-1 in the ninth inning. Harris playing behind the runner at first. There goes Staub. Here's a swing and a ground ball. A high chopper to short. Charged by Crosby. Throw to first and in time. Got him. The side is retired. In order. Nothing across. A walk, brother, and 1 left. A walk and 1 left. And in the middle of the ninth inning, the score is the Mets 1 and the Reds 1.
The Capital District. This is the home of the New York Knicks. WABY, Albany.
WABY.
Market announces its first annual Columbus Day weekend sale. $1 million worth of name brand ski equipment drastically reduced. K2's last year's model, regularly $135, now only $99.50. Rosignol skis values up to $160, now $69.88. Goose Down Parkers, regularly $60, prices slash to $34.88. Brand new Tyrolia bindings, regularly $32.50, now only $19.88. And many, many more super savings at the Ski Market. 600 Choice Connectivity Road, Latham, open Monday through Friday, 10 till 10. Saturday till 6. Use your Bank AmeriCard or MasterCharge. The Ski Markets.
Everyone knows that the new 74s are out, and at Knowles Pontiac they're on display and ready to be delivered. But what you don't know is how many new 1973s we want to deliver by the end of October. And you don't know what we at Knowles will do to satisfy you on our 1973 Le Mans Sport, luxury Le Mans, station wagons, Catalina, and Bonneville. You can save up to $1,200. Get to know us today at Knowles Pontiac. It will be well worth the trip to 6th Avenue to Knowles Pontiac in North Troy.
Tom Seaver has struck out 13, walked none. Perez has grounded out, flied out, struck out. He's gone 0 for 3. Right-hand batter facing Seaver. Who is into the motion, and here is the pitch. Curveball hit on the ground to short. Bud Harrelson has it. He goes across in time, and Perez has grounded out, short to first. Johnny Bench is coming up. He's had 2 hits today. He's 2 for 3. Bench is a right-hand batter, batting here with 1 man out and nobody on, as the Reds are batting in the bottom of the 9th inning. Breaking pitch, and it's low for a ball. The score is tied, 1-1. Here's a pitch. Swung on, hit deep to left. It's fair back. Going, and it is gone for a home run for Johnny Bench. The Cincinnati Reds win by a score of 2-1. Bench is rounding the bases. Seaver is almost at the dugout. Johnny Bench is hit a home run, and all the Reds are at the plate, led by Pete Rose, as Bench hits a 1-0 pitch out of the lot, and the Cincinnati Reds have won the game. They are jubilant at the plate as 2 home runs, 1 in the 8th and 1 in the 9th inning, won it for the Cincinnati Reds, as they have beaten Tom Seaver, and the Cincinnati Reds take a lead of 1-0 in the championship series. It was a 1-0 pitch. It was a line drive home run over the left field fence. It hit the back wall, but cleared the front wall, which is a home run marker. Johnny Bench, who had 25 home runs during regular season play, hit that one out on a 1-0 pitch with 1 man out in the bottom of the 9th inning, and the Cincinnati Reds have won it by a final score of 2-1. Seaver takes the loss. Pedro Bourbon gets the win. We'll be back in a moment with the final summary and totals. Right.
Let Protective Loan help make financial problems disappear with a bill consolidation loan. Protective Loan gives fast, friendly, one-day service, and they'll even help with family budgeting advice. Protective Loan likes to help people like you, and now Protective Loan can lend you up to $2,500 for any good reason. There's always a Protective Loan office nearby in North Troy at 603 2nd Avenue, 620 Columbia Turnpike, East Greenbush, and in Menands at 291 Broadway.
Attention skiers, the Ski Market announces its first annual Columbus Day weekend sale. $1 million worth of name brand ski equipment drastically reduced. K2's last year's model, regularly $135, now only $99.50. Rosignol skis values up to $160, now $69.88. Goose Down Parkers, regularly $60, prices slash to $34.88. Brand new Tyrolia bindings, regularly $32.50, now only $19.88. And many, many more super savings at the Ski Market. 600 Choice Connectivity Road, Latham, open Monday through Friday, 10 till 10, Saturday till 6. Use your Bank AmeriCard or MasterCharge. The Ski Markets.
For
crowd here at Riverfront Stadium is still standing, savoring the impact of the sudden victory of the Cincinnati Reds as Johnny Bench hit the ball over the left field fence. We knew coming into the championship series that it would be basically Mets pitching against Cincinnati power. We saw plenty of both. Both was magnificent here this afternoon. Tom Seaver on the mound for the New York Mets had the Cincinnati Reds shut out until the 8th inning. Seaver struck out 13 Reds in all. The New York Mets, on the other hand, had Billingham on the ropes in the very first inning. Wayne Garrett led off with a base hit, which sacrificed to second. Rusty Staub walked, and Milner singled. There was action in the bullpen as Sparky Anderson had Bourbon up and throwing, but then Cleon Jones grounded into a double play. But in the second inning, with 2 men out, Bud Harrelson walked. Seaver himself doubled all the way to the wall and left center. Harrelson raced home from first, and the New York Mets had a 1-0 lead. At that point, Billingham got things straightened out, and he was untouchable thereafter. However, the 1-0 lead stood up until Pete Rose came up for the Cincinnati Reds with 1 man out in the 8th inning. The count was 2-2 to Pete Rose. Ball over the right field fence and back up into the seats for a home run that tied the score at 1-1. And so the Cincinnati Reds then came up in the bottom of the ninth. Tony Perez grounded out short to first. The count was 1-0 to Johnny Bench when he lined the ball over the left field fence for a home run that won the ball game for the Cincinnati Reds by a score of 2-1. So we'll have another game to be played here tomorrow afternoon. We'll be on the air at 4 p.m. to bring you that one. And it's going to be John Matlack going for the New York Mets against Don Gullett of the Cincinnati Reds. 4 p.m. New York time tomorrow. Second game, and this is the best of 5 series, and we'll move back to New York on Monday afternoon. So the final score again was the Reds 2, the Mets 1. We'll be back with more in just 1 minute.
Cadillac for 1974, the standard of American automobile excellence, is now available for your inspection at Headley Cadillac Oldsmobile, 515 River Street in Troy. Cadillac, with 9 luxurious models to choose from, offers new concepts in styling and comfort, responsive handling, and the #1 car for resale value when it comes time to trade. Cadillac for 1974 from Headley will bring the finest in driving pleasure to you and your family. But whether it's a new or previously owned Cadillac, Headley Cadillac Oldsmobile in Troy will make the ownership of America's ultimate automobile your finest in car buying experience. See the 74 Cadillac at Headley, 515 River Street, Troy. You'll know why Cadillac outsells the leading luxury car 2-1.
For TWABY.
This was an afternoon and a place for big stars of the game, and we saw them perform. For the Cincinnati Reds, Pete Rose for the homer to tie, Johnny for the homer to win it, and for the Mets, Tom Seaver. 13 strikeouts, 1 none, and he himself knocked in the lone Met run. Seaver had no physical problems at all during the game, but did pause in the 8th inning to replace a pinch pad, and after making that pause for equipment trouble, gave up the home run to Pete Rose and a succeeding home run to Johnny Bench. Here are the final totals for the Cincinnati Reds. 2 runs on 6 hits and no errors. For the Mets, 1 run on 3 hits and no errors. Bourbon gets the win. Seaver takes the loss. Be with us tomorrow at 4 p.m. New York time when the Mets again meet the Cincinnati Reds in game number 2 of the championship series. The final score again, the Reds 2 and the Mets 1.
There's great news from Holiday Manor Mobile Home Sales. Now, at both Holiday Manor locations, Route 50 Boston Spa and Route 9 Latham, complete no-down payment mobile home purchasing is available. That's right. Holiday Manor offers the total quality Eagle mobile home with widths up to 24 feet and luxurious comfort all the way to 70 feet long and available with no down payment. You can choose your favorite style style of interior decoration with an Eagle home from Holiday Manor. And for financing tailored to your budget, Holiday recommends mobile home financing through Schenectady Discount Corporation, 1720 Center Avenue, Albany. The mobile home financing specialists. SDC offers all types of mobile home financing at low bank rates. They're a great team. A complete, no down payment mobile home from Holiday Manor Mobile Homes and professional financing assistance from Schenectady Discount Corporation. See them soon. Attention skiers, the ski market announces its first annual Columbus Day weekend sale. $1 million worth of name brand ski equipment drastically reduced. K2's last year's model, regularly $135, now only $99.50. Rossignol skis values up to $160, now $69.88. Cruisetown Parkers, regularly $60, prices $4.88. Brand new Tyrolia bindings, regularly $32.50, now only $19.88. And many, many more super savings at the ski market. 600 Troy Schenectady Road, Latham, open Monday through Friday, 10 till 10, Saturday till 6. Use your Bank Americard or MasterCharge. The ski market.
Mets baseball, another sports exclusive from WABY.
Brand new Tyrolia bindings, regularly $32.50, now only $19.88. And many, many more super savings at the ski market. 600 Troy Schenectady Road, Latham, open Monday through Friday, 10 till 10, Saturday till 6. Use your Bank Americard or MasterCharge. The ski market.
Mets baseball, another sports exclusive from WABY.